Hey all, Bob here, aka Mr. Reef Safe, and if you've been following me, yesterday I did an update on my aquarium after several weeks or even a couple months as I have had a lot going on in my life, and I have changed my salt brand to ESV. And although it's only been about 24 hours, the tank visually, I think, is looking better, but that is anecdotal. And of course, only 24 hours, I want to give it a little bit more time before I make a final call on that, on whether or not I think it's actually better. But I also wanted to talk about a couple of the other things that I mentioned, and I had a lot of people asking on the different platforms about things going on in my tank. So I have cyanobacteria, and the reason for that, I think, is because of the magnet that I had that had burst in my ATO reservoir. That's one possible reason. Another thing is I did an update on my Neptune system, and when I had to reset it, I had to call Neptune to get help because my wave pumps weren't working, and it was not working for quite some time. And somehow it reset the outlet for it so it wasn't working for a long time. And then, of course, the holidays came up and Neptune was having a harder time getting calls in, and I understand there was some bouts of COVID going on there. And the day after Christmas, I came down with COVID, and I wasn't able to do anything for about a week. Matter of fact, I didn't want to do anything. I did the bare necessities of my tank, making sure the ATO was filled and that the fish were fed, and that was pretty much it for a little bit more than a week. And throughout that time, I started getting the cyanobacteria worse because I couldn't keep up with things. And of course, these wave pumps that I have here, one on either side, was not working. So the only thing that was going were the gyro pumps and the return pump. So I didn't have a lot of flow going on in the tank. So that, I think, caused some issues. And then on top of that, if you notice, if you've been following me again, you'll notice that over here I have some missing corals. I had a New York Nix and an Aussie Gold torch, and both of those just slowly died over that time. And I could not figure out what was going on, and it just would not go away. I tried dipping them when I started feeling better, but I think the time had passed and it just wasn't doing well, and I lost them. So they went away, and I'll be looking to replace them sometime in the future. But everything else seems to be doing really well in my tank. And if you are interested in more information on the ESV salt, follow along. In a week or so, I will give an update on it and what my thoughts are on it. This is not going to be a scientific thing. It is not experimental. This is just going to be anecdotal, so it'll be my opinion of it. But so far, in the first 24 hours, I think it's promising. Well, guys, this is Bob, aka Mr. Reef Safe. Catch you next time.